Hey guys, welcome back. This is Joe's Arctic, and today we're going to be jumping in to some Roost and getting a few things automated. I hope you guys are ready. So today we're going to need to work on several different things, one being Roost, which is something we're going to dabble in a little bit today to kind of get us started with some very specific resource generation. And then we're also, actually before we even get started with that, we need to make this wireless. I want to get a wireless setup going for this. So I went ahead and grabbed my cables. I'm going to need a refined storage wireless terminal. I'm going to need this wireless transmitter here. So let's go ahead and make a machine casing for that. And we should be able to make a transmitter. Now, to go with this transmitter, which is going to make this a lot easier. I don't know where you're coming from. Oh, I think I know. The portal room in the back. That's right. Alright, so anyways, with that out of the way, we have the transmitter. Now, we have to figure out where exactly we're going to put the transmitter. Let's get our, let's see, charm. Let's get our air charm. So if I dig down here, I can get down here a little bit easier. Oh, yeah. Dig down here. We'll get down here a little bit easier. There we go. And we're going to figure out a place to actually hook up this wireless transmitter. Alright, so I'm going to need a cable that just gets dropped down. Really, right here, and right here. And this has to be facing up in order for it to work. So there we go, that is in place. Now we actually need the crafter. The wireless crafter. So we have a crafting grid, creative wireless grid. We don't need all that. We need the wireless crafting monitor, right? No. Wireless crafting grid. There we go. And we should be able to make that. So there's our wireless crafting grid. That should automatically stay charged up because of our battery. And let's see, what else do we need? Oh, we need range upgrades. Because this won't work that well without range upgrades. So range upgrades are actually not that bad to make. We're going to need 4 of these. Perfect. And then the upgrades from there, which just require ender pearls at this point. And there we go, 4 range upgrades. So this is going to help us in the range department. Could throw that in there. Now we have up to 48 blocks, which is actually a pretty good distance. And we should be able to just click our controller with this guy, and now we can access our grid. So we can open this up and set this to JEI synchronized, and then just close this up. Simple as that. Okay, so now that we have our wireless setup, we can actually start working in our back rooms here. And I think over here is where I want to kind of get Roost going. So, chickens is a thing with this pack. We have Roost and Hatchery. So Hatchery has its own way of generating stuff, and Roost has its own way of generating stuff. I don't think I'm going to touch Hatchery too much. There's honestly, it's just not what I want to go with. Honestly, Roost is way, way better in my opinion. Just for the simplicity of it, it's just super easy to get started with. So you can see, we actually we're gonna need a few things. The roosts are where you place your chickens whenever they're done breeding. We need chicken breeders to get them started. And the first thing we're actually gonna need is a chicken catcher. So yeah, let's actually, I think we can make a chicken catcher right off the bat. Yes. So a kitchen checker, a chicken catcher, if I can not get tongue twisted today. We should be able to use this on this rooster that we have just kind of hanging out in here, unless the rooster magically disappeared. Oh no, he's right there. So, yes, when we do that, it'll turn him actually into a normal chicken. Well, I want to take this chicken, and we're going to actually get this thing turned into a smart chicken. So, one of the things you can make is a smart chicken here. And it'll show you kind of, it doesn't really tell you how to make it, but if you take a book, I think it's a book, like you just take the chicken, place it in the world, right click it with a book, and it turns it into a smart chicken. So this is like one of the first chickens that you need to get. This thing is going to generate eggs, right? Look at its googly eyes, it's so ridiculous. But yes, and whenever you click it with this stick, it actually turns the chickens into an item, which is way better for servers in that case. So let's get some eggs. We're going to need several eggs, and I love that the fact that the pack allows these to stack in 64 is really good. So let's go ahead and get ourselves another chicken. There we go. I think I have seeds. Just a few. We're working on building up our seed levels. But come here. Come here. This guy should have some levels on him. And I think if we click this guy with this, it'll turn him into a full-size chicken. So that got actually probably picked up by this, I bet. Yes. So yeah, we actually don't have to wait for this guy to grow up fully, because you can just hit him with the stick, and bam, it turns into a full-size chicken. Right? Perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and place this guy down, hit him with a book, and now we have another smart chicken, which of course looks like Donald Duck. Alright, so let's take this, and we're going to use these, because right now these are 111 on each of their different stats. That's where our breeder is going to come in handy, and that is from Roost itself. So, if we go into Roost, you see we have a few items: the Roost Collector, the Chicken Breeder, and then the Roost themselves. We need the Roost Breeder to get started here, which we're going to need a bit of hay. I do have some hay being processed right over here. It's actually in this container that we have our hay. So, let's get wheat. We'll grab some of that. We'll pull that out of there. We'll throw it in here. Make ourselves some hay bales. Because we're going to need a few... We're going to need a few of these breeders, because we're going to use them for several different things. Alright. There we go. Hay bales. Alright, and then we can make this. Chicken breeders, how many can we make? Just make as many as we can. 7. That's fine for right now. Alright, so we have those. We have our smart chickens. Let's set up in our room. I want to work on these in a separate room. And we can move these at any time, but for right now, I think this room is going to be just fine. And we can do 2 here. Okay. Now, these guys have a really cool animation. If you throw these in here... Can't we breed these? Maybe you can't breed these two? Oh, wait, you have to, yeah, you definitely won't be breeding these two together. I think this might actually produce only one. It does not... That's weird. It should allow us to throw it in here together. There it is. Okay. I was going crazy there for a second. Alright, so yeah, there... You can put the two together, and you can see it says process 0 because we don't have any seeds in there yet. Now we do have a bunch of seeds, but you have to have seeds in here in order for this to start. You can speed this up though by right-clicking on here with a wand, with the acceleration wand. You can see the progress goes a little bit faster. So if you want to fast track this, you can definitely do so. And it doesn't take I mean, it's a lot faster this way than doing it the other way. And by the way, breeding goes faster the more chickens you have in here. So the more of them you get, which I'll show you here in just a second once these actually produce. You can see they just finished, and they gave us from these 111s, we now have a 332. And what I like to do is swap them out. So like this. So now we're going to actually get a different one. And this actually should be a little bit faster now that we have a faster chicken. You can see the growth and the gain and the strength. That's faster, so this process should end up being faster in the long run. In the long run, it should. Now, this chicken, it just produces eggs. That's all it does. And it's not the greatest thing in the world, but we are going to need a bunch of eggs. I know we have a bunch of eggs, but the more eggs we have, the better off we're going to be overall. And as you see there, we should have just got another one. And now here's where the fun happens. We now have 2 of these that are separate, that are not 1-1s anymore. And we can start breeding these, and this should go a lot faster now. Look at that. We're already up to 90%. That is finished. And we got a 5-5. Just keep replacing that with the better chicken. And eventually, you're going to get this thing to 10-10-10. And you can actually see which chickens are in here from this view, which is really nice. Look at that. So fast. Once you get past the 1-1s, It's unbelievable how fast this actually goes. Especially with the acceleration one. All I'm doing is just right-clicking and just holding it down, and bam. We just keep breeding them up, and we're going to have a 10-10-10 before you even know it. So this one's actually better than this one. This has a 6 in it. So the 7. And yeah, you just keep doing this until we get a 10-10-10. I actually want to try and get a 10-10-10 while on camera. And eventually we'll just throw these other chickens away. They're kind of useless at this point. We have no need for them. There's an 8, so that should replace this one. And we'll keep the breeding up. Bam, there's another one. That's already at a 10. We already have one that's hitting 10 at this point. So the next few should put us at 10-10-10s very soon. Like this, I think this one will have 10-10-10 chicken. And yeah, the acceleration one can be used. That's what it's used for. And so what we're going to do is actually take this out. And we're going to make ourselves hopefully another 10-10-10. Yes. And now we can actually breed up 16 10-10-10s, just one after another. And what we need is 16 of them, because the more you have, the faster your production will be. And yeah, we'll be making eggs so fast that we won't be able to keep up. Let's see, we're out of wheat, right? All right, we're out of wheat here, but we're definitely not out of wheat, because I do have wheat being produced down there in our little mini auto farm. All right, so let's take a look at wheat. We have 5 more here. I can, of course, speed this up. Let's grab ourselves some more wheat. We only need a little bit of it. I wonder, does this not produce... Okay, I was going to say, it should be producing seeds as well. And then we can, of course, speed this up by right-clicking here, maybe? Yeah, it seems like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Anyways, there we go. So, we have a little bit more wheat. Already pulled it out of there. So let's make a roost. The actual roost itself. That's going to require some wheat as well. We're going to need a little bit more wheat. So I'll just take some of this. It seems like some of it, sometimes it gets bugged out with this harvester. I don't know if that's from me changing it to the tier 3. By the way, I got a tier 3 out of a loot bag. And it doesn't seem like it's working exactly how I'd want it to work. It's not that great, to be honest. Turn that back on. And there we go. 3 of those. Let's go ahead and make ourselves our first roost. Alright. So this roost is going to be very useful for us. I'm actually going to throw it right in the center. Because at this point, getting chickens shouldn't be that hard, right? So I'm going to continue growing these. They're almost ready. No seeds. Okay. So we'll throw some seeds back in here. Anyways, we have 12 of them. We're getting really close to like 16 anyways. But yeah, as you can see, it does go a lot faster. Once you get past that 1-1 part, it's just... it goes really fast. And if you right-click on this, it goes even faster, like spam-click it. So there's our 16. We can throw these guys away. All I need is my 16. The 16 goes in here. Look how fast it will produce eggs for us. And this goes for any item. Any type of chicken that you want to breed up, this will work. But this is only your first chicken, because you need eggs. You need eggs. So you definitely want to do that. And then I recommend just trashing all these other chickens, because you're not going to need them. Smart chicken, I don't believe the smart chicken breeds with anything else. We look at roost, no, does not. But it does produce eggs, and these eggs can be used for a lot of different things. So let's take a look at some chickens. So when you're going through these different chickens, you're going to have to tier each one of these up to eventually get certain materials. One of those being a flint chicken. So to get a flint chicken, you're going to have to make yourself a flint chicken egg. And then you can repeat this process. If you want to make an ink chicken, you're going to need to surround this with some black dye, and then you're going to hope that you actually get a chicken. Now, you can use Roost to guarantee a chance of getting this chicken, or you can just make a bunch of these with the black dye and just spam them, which we'll definitely do because we have a lot of black dye. And same with the cactus green chicken. Those are really useful. The log chicken, nether quartz chicken. Nether quartz chicken is probably going to be one I definitely want to do. Red chicken, which will produce red dye, yellow, and soul sand. All of these different chickens are very useful. Especially the smart chicken, which we've already worked on. I'm trying to look to see what chicken we might actually want a bunch of. Redstone especially. We do have a redstone flour, but the redstone chicken would be way faster. And then we're also going to need some lava chicken, I think, because we'll use those for automation later on down the road. So if we take a look, a coal chicken is going to be very, very useful for us. What does it take to get a coal chicken? Well, we need a flint chicken and a log chicken. And you can see this is how we actually get those eggs. So let's take a look at this. We can make a log chicken and a flint chicken. So let's see, we can make the flint chicken. There we go. These are actual spawn eggs, by the way. These will actually spawn the chicken directly. And then the log chicken, bam, we have a log chicken. All right, and we're going to use our stick on this. Once these are spawned in, we'll use our stick, and that will get rid of them, right? And then we throw them in our breeder with some seeds, and we're going to hope, that we end up getting ourselves a coal chicken. And I tell you, the coal chicken is going to be one of the most overpowered things early game for us. And I mean, I can't stress that enough. Getting that early game chicken is going to be ridiculous. So yes, we're going to get these guys leveled up. By the way, it will give us higher level chickens. So it could potentially level up each one of these chickens as it produces one. But we're not always guaranteed to get. As you see, found in the overworld, we just found another 1-1 flint chicken. And if we wanted to, we could breed this up. Now, something we're running into, seeds, right? We need to generate more seeds, way more seeds. And it looks like the market gives us seeds. Sieving dirt gives us seeds. What else can give us seeds? A sawmill, that's a 50% chance. That's not that great. I think honestly just farming is going to help us out. We can crush wheat down and we have a small chance of getting that. I think we just literally just need to go over here and grab our stuff. Looks like we have a visitor. Mike is visiting us. Yeah, I think we just need to go down here, grab some seeds. Oh, this is producing plenty of seeds. Plenty of seeds. That's all coming from our flowers, actually, as you can see. And yeah, this room is definitely going to change. It's going to change to fit around the theme of chickens, for sure. Let's go ahead and throw this in here, and we'll get to work. So, all we need is, like I said, the coal chicken. And yeah, coal chickens, literally, these roosts, you can just export out of them. As you can see, they do hold an internal inventory. You can actually put them next to a block and have them export out and then just constantly making coal. And you can use that for power. Like, you can do whatever you want to do with any of these chickens. But I can see that that would probably be the best way to do it. So yeah, as you can see here, it doesn't always guarantee that you're going to actually breed up the specific chicken that you want. So it's going to take a little bit of time. It does make it faster if these are higher level chickens and not your base tier. So yeah, that definitely does make a difference. So as you can see, we just got a log chicken. We'll pretty much just have to go at this. I mean, if we spam right click this, it makes it a little bit faster. Let's see, that goes all the way up there. Instead of just holding down the click, it definitely goes a lot faster this way. And we're getting close, we're getting close. And there we go. No cigar. All right, so with that being done, as you can see, getting through chickens is going to take just a little bit of time, just breeding in general. But we did get 10 chickens. I showed you how to do that. And that's pretty much all you're going to have to do. And like I said, if you want to breed these faster, I recommend just tiering these up first. So just tier up your flint chickens all the way up. It makes it a lot faster to do that. So I'm going to get this guy, I'm going to try and get both of these up to 16. or get these up to 10-10-10s, and I'll be back. So I did manage to get my cold chickens, and I ended up getting them all the way up to 10-10-10, which actually doesn't take that long, as you can see. Once you get the 2 of them to spawn, it takes no time at all to get them to actually spawn to the 10-10-10. So let's go ahead and actually utilize these things, and we can take a look at our generators, and we're going to have to make these generators anyways, because we're slowly but surely going to be working on completing this whole roundabout here and getting all of these fully automated so that way our rainbow generator can work. So let's do this, and I don't think the rainbow generator should be something that's super late game, because all of these are pretty simple to automate as long as you have refined storage and or applied energistics. Either one of those should be pretty easy. But the furnace generator is something that we can make that I think is going to work out and be a tremendous help to us for power. Simply because we can fully automate, and we're not fully automate it, completely automate it, and have like max upgrades in this thing, or close to max upgrades. So let's go ahead and make ourselves this machine blocks, and then we can get ourselves, I think I might have furnaces actually stored away, yeah. So there it is. And then we're going to need a transfer pipe, or any kind of item pipe. Actually, Ender.io has conduits, such as, I guess we can do Ender conduits. We're going to need a specific type of metal for this, and it shouldn't take too much to get. Conduit, item conduit, pulsating iron. Pulsating iron requires iron and ender pearls. So let's grab a stack of iron and ender pearls. And this is going to make stuff a little bit easier for us. Let's turn our charm on. Up here, we'll go ahead and alloy this stuff together. Shouldn't take too much. I have been working on a couple of other alloys. As you can see, we do have some if I can even pronounce this, energetic alloy that I had worked on actually last episode, I think. I just kind of threw it in there. But we're going to get that going. We need another roost, mainly for holding our items. And then once we get this going, we'll have a way of putting items into here. Now, let's take a look at upgrades. So speed. We do have 48 of the max speed upgrades. I don't know how fast that will consume and how much power that actually generates in a normal furnace with coal being constantly fueled to it. Alright, let's also make some binder. We're going to need some of this. I should have pretty much everything for that, right? Am I missing clay? Clay, right? I'm missing clay. Do I get clay here? I do get clay from this. So that should be easy. And we don't need too much of this either. So binder composite, 8. That'll work. Just to get one item really is all we're working towards. Let's go ahead and finish this off. Put this in furnace mode. We'll throw that in there. That should do 3 at a time. It should be pretty fast. And then we'll go ahead and turn this into nuggets. And that will allow us to get this pretty quick. Alright, so speed up. I need to get the faster capacitors in here, then it would go a lot faster. Because as of right now, it's just pretty slow. This process is pretty fast. But of course we can speed it up with our acceleration wand, of course. And there we go. And we have that. Perfect. Alright, so we have our binder composite. Everything we need. Let's throw this in here and here. And I'm ready to see the speeds that this thing produces. Now, we also have access now to Ender.io's capacitor banks. So this is a basic capacitor bank, and they go up in tiers requiring basic capacitors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so that's all we can make of those. So this is the vibrant capacitor, then we have a capacitor, then we have the basic. We should be able to afford this capacitor. Right? The normal capacitor bank. Pulverized coal, really? We should have some of that actually just stored up here.
right? Oh, we have one. We have one just stored. Anyways, I'm going to get more of that produced. That's funny, though, that we have exactly one, which is exactly what we need. Ender.io. If I could type today. Okay, so this is going to require these basic ones. Right? What all are we missing? Gold nuggets, I believe. And we should be able to make another one of those. So 2 basic capacitor banks to create capacitor bank. Which this one has a little bit of power in it, but there we go. Perfect. So this thing is actually being charged by this, by the way. I don't want this happening. Let's turn that off. And we're going to go downstairs. I would also like to make a Yeta wrench. So a Yeta wrench is going to require electrical steel. Electrical steel, I think, is... Yeah, we'll worry about the wrench later on. I'm not too concerned about that. We'll get that going eventually. For right now, let's just get the chickens hooked up. Let's get our central power going. All right, so I'll take the torch. Let's move that here. Our centralized power is set up. So 5,000 RF tick. Let's see how much power we can actually generate with this generator. Throw the speed upgrades in there. Whew. Yeah, 109 GP is what it's requiring. And all we got to do is feed this with a chicken. So we need a block space above. Much like this. Let's get up here. Like that. And drop our chickens in there. That should produce quite a few coal. And break this. And then we'll set up our conduit. Alright, set this to always active. Set this to insert. And that is producing a lot of power faster than this thing can, of course, I think, handle it. Let's just say that. Yeah. We're definitely going to need more chickens. Let's actually speed this guy up. Because we can also speed this up, by the way, and generate tons of coal. And let's see. I mean, this definitely generates more than 80 RF tick. Is it almost 2,000 RF per tick right now? Is that what I'm looking at? Is that what I'm seeing? About 2,000 RF per tick? Is that maxed out? Yeah, it's definitely pushing out a pretty large amount. Yes, we're seeing like a net gain. Let's take this stuff off. Just doing this by itself. We're seeing a net gain of almost 2,000 RF per tick that this is producing. Just off of one furnace generator with a roost. I mean, this is definitely not fast enough, but we can make more of these chickens and actually have 2 of these, maybe powering this one furnace generator. And yeah, just generating just pretty much as much power as we need. Power is not an issue in this pack. This is definitely not gonna. This is how we're gonna automate the furnace, by the way. We're gonna have a lot of these machines actually automated by just roost chickens, because it's so much easier to do that. We can have the furnace generators and everything just automated that way. But guys, this has been a pretty interesting episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.